Friends, Cathy Madeo here, back with another video. This one, a practice along no hands flow. This is great for anyone who's experiencing any wrist pain. However, if you are experiencing wrist pain, especially potentially from yoga, or yoga aggravates it from all the weight bearing we do, please check out my yoga for wrist pain video. I do take requests, so if you have any video requests that you want from me, just drop them down in the comment box. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you're enjoying these videos. For today's practice, you don't really need any props, maybe a set of blocks if you use them. Let's get started. We'll start in a kneeling position at the back of your mat. You can prop yourself up on a block if that's more comfortable, or even take a cross-legged seat. We'll just take a moment here to center. So close down your eyes, place your palms on your thighs. Reach the crown of your head up. Just feel a nice long spine here. Notice that subtle shift as you move from the outer world to your inner world, and just begin to take note of your breath here, watching it go in and out. As we practice today off of our hands, off of weight bearing on our hands, we can perhaps see new and creative ways to continue to flow through our yoga practice. And maybe we can take this idea off of our mat, discovering new ways to do things throughout our day. And take one more breath here. On your next in breath, bring your hands to Anjali Mudra at heart center. Press the backs of your thumbs into your sternum. Just gently lift your sternum up. Feel the spine elongate here. And we'll take the backs of our thumbs to our third eye space, just stimulating the seat of our inner teacher. Take an inhale here. On your next exhale, we'll bow in. Inhale, release your hands, release them towards the ground, thumbs point outward. On your next inhale, big sweep of your arms up, get really long through your side body. On your exhale, take your left hand down and we'll take a side bend over to the left with the right hand. And we'll inhale both arms up and switch. So place your right hand down, nice side bend over to the right with your left hand. Inhale, both arms up. And we'll twist to the right. Take your right hand behind you. Left hand finds the outside of your right leg. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, nice and easy. Twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Take an exhale here. And next inhale, widen your arms. Let the elbows come behind your chest, opening through your chest, and on your exhale, flex your spine. So some kneeling cat-cows. We'll take two more. Inhale, open up. Exhale, flex your spine. Elbows towards the belly. Inhale, open. And on your next exhale, take your right arm underneath you for an eagle arm wrap. If that's too intense, you'll just catch your shoulders here. And we'll get a nice shoulder stretch. Feel your shoulder blades spread away from your spine. Inhale, reach your elbows up, extend through your spine. Exhale, we'll release all the way with your arms up. And on your next inhale, widen your arms. And exhale, let the left arm come underneath you for our second side eagle arm wrap. And we're allowing the shoulder blades to spread away from the spine. You'll feel a hollowness through your chest here as you stretch those rhomboids in between your shoulder blades. Next inhale, we'll release our arms, sweep them up, and then come all the way down onto your belly, forearms down for Sphinx Pose. Pull your elbows back, pull your chest through, feel your back body get nice and engaged here as you slightly push the floor away. Another breath. We'll come all the way down. Bring your right arm so that it's out to the side, left fingertips underneath your left elbow. And we're getting a shoulder stretch here and through the front of the chest here as we take our left leg behind us, give it a tap. We'll roll back onto our belly and then switch. And come onto your belly and we'll switch sides. So come over to the left, little tap, and back. And last one here, tap, and back. Come onto your forearms again, into your Sphinx pose. Pull those elbows back. Curl your toes under. Shift your gaze in between your thumbs now into a strong forearm plank. We'll hold here for a couple breaths. Keep the hips nice and low in line with your shoulders. And we can rock a little bit forward and back, feeling our core ignite here, getting nice and stable through the pelvis and spine with those strong core muscles. And now begin to walk your feet up towards your hands for a dolphin pose. We'll just get a nice stretch through our shoulders here. Push the floor away so that you're feeling like your shoulders are shrugging up towards your ears. Get a nice stretch through the backs of your legs. From here, we'll bring our knees down, bring your big toes to touch, take a child's pose. Press the forehead down, stretch the arms out in front of you, feel your low back stretch or whatever is tight here. Deep breaths. Walk your hands back to your feet. We'll curl our toes under, bring your knees together, come back to our kneeling position. Stretch the soles of your feet. Bring your arms out in front of you, palms face down. We'll shift the weight back to our heels and rise to stand. Release your hands down. Shift your weight to your left foot. Inhale, reach your arms up. Take Stork Pose. Right knee bends. Left hand comes to the outside and we will twist. So keep your hips facing forward, but your chest turns to the right. Inhale, reach your arms up, straighten your right leg, plant your right foot to about the center of the mat. We'll simply switch sides. Weight shifts to the right. Stork Pose with the left. We'll take a twist. Turn your chest towards the left, hips face forward. Inhale, reach both arms up, straighten your left leg, place it to the front of your mat, and we will step forward into our mountain pose. Stand nice and tall, reach the crown of your head up. Heel toe your feet together if they're hips distance. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend through your knees for your chair pose. Send the weight back to your hips. Feel your sternum lift. Front ribs drop down a little bit. Sink a little bit lower. Challenge yourself. Inhale, straighten up through your legs. As you exhale, we'll hinge through the hip joint and fold for our forward fold. Release your head. Send your weight more to your toe mounds. If the backs of the legs feel tight, heel toe your feet hips distance apart and take a soft bend in your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Shift your weight to your right foot. Reach your left leg up so you're in a modified warrior 3. You could always have blocks underneath your hands here. And we'll slowly lower the left heel down and rise up for Crescent Lunge. Inhale, arms up. Reach your left heel back as you straighten your left leg. Try to keep that and bend more through your right leg. So we'll challenge ourselves here in our standing poses today. Push up through the legs a little bit, come out of the pose, and then inhale, open up through the chest and dip your back knee down. And we'll exhale, pump up, and inhale, open through the chest as the spine extends, and exhale, lift up. And last one here, we'll slow lower all the way down to the ground for our low lunge. You can uncurl your back toes, send your hips more forward, sternum lifts up. Take an inhale. Exhale, fly your hands back, a no hands runner stretch. Use those hands if you need to, of course. But inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, release back, straighten your front leg. Last one, inhale, and exhale. We'll place our hands down. Inhale, halfway lift, get a long spine, tack your right hip back, and exhale, fold. Stretch your front hamstrings. Take a couple breaths here. Engage through your right quadricep to stretch the backs of the right leg a little bit more. Inhale, halfway lift, bend your front leg, crawl forward, come back to that modified warrior three. Outer right hip is down. And we'll pulse the left leg into the right and straighten. And pulse and straighten. And next time we pulse, we'll land with bent knees in our chair pose. Hips back, arms up, sternum lifts. Push down through your feet, inhale up. And exhale, we'll hinge and fold again. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Feet again can be hips distance apart. We'll take that modified warrior three here with our hands down. Send the weight back to your left heel as you quietly land your right foot and rise on an inhale to your crescent lunge. We'll work that back leg straight by sending the right heel back and then bend more through your front knee. Next, exhale, push out of the pose a little bit. Maybe the front leg straightens just a little bit. And then inhale, dip the back knee down wide and through the chest, arms bend. Exhale, pump it up. And we'll inhale back, exhale up. Inhale, slowly lower. Watch that back kneecap as you land your back knee. Inhale, arms up, send the hips forward. Sternum lifts up, low lunge. Just feeling a nice stretch here. You can curl your back toes under for stability as we straighten our front leg for runner stretch. No hands. Inhale up and exhale back. And we'll do that one more time, and we're going to hold our runner stretch now. Place your hands down. Inhale, half lift, left hip tacks back, and exhale, fold. Deep breaths. Calming breath, sending signals to your muscles that it's okay to lengthen. Staying nice and focused here on your breath. We'll bend through the front leg, crawl forward, push off the back foot. You're in that modified warrior three. And we'll take some leg pulses here. 1, straighten out the legs, bend. 2, straighten out the legs, bend. 3, we're landing the right foot. Inhale up, chair pose, hips back. Push down through the feet, rise up with the arms, and exhale into your mountain pose. Stand nice and tall, reach the crown of your head up. Another breath here. Inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, bend your knees, chair pose. This time we'll bring our hands to prayer. Weight shifts to the right foot. We're going to pulse that left leg straight. No hands grounding down this time. And then bend. And we'll go straight bend, straight bend. And we will quietly, gracefully land. So the hips are facing the front left corner of your mat. Your front knee is bent. And the outer edge of your back foot presses firmly into the mat. And turn your chest a little bit to the front. We'll take our left hand and reach it forward, cross the right arm in front, wrap your arms for eagle arms, peel the back heel off your mat, and we'll launch forward into a variation of warrior three with our eagle arms. From here, come into stork pose. Your left knee bends. Woo! And wrap it around the right for an eagle pose. Garudasana. Send the hips back, chest lifts. Inhale, unravel. Reach your arms up. Exhale, mountain pose. We'll do that same thing on our second side. Inhale, reach your arms up. Use your exhale, send your hips back for chair pose. Hands come to prayer. Weight shifts to your left foot as you hover the right and kick the right leg back. Some pulses here. We'll take 2 more. And then you're thinking of pivoting the back sole of the foot down to about a 45-degree angle, feet hips distance apart. Reach your arms up, bend your front leg, warrior one. Take your right arm, straighten out towards the front of the mat. Hand is an extension or wrist is an extension. You'll cross the arms for our eagle arms. Peel the back heel off the mat, bend your front leg, and launch through the strength of your right glutes to a variation of warrior three with the eagle arms. Inhale, rise to stork pose with your right leg bent. On your exhale, we'll wrap our right legs around the left. Have your elbows up, hips back. You can ground those right toes on the ground if you're feeling unstable like I am. Take a breath here. Next inhale, we'll unravel the arms, come up with your arms, Urdhva Hastasana, and exhale down to mountain pose. Stand nice and tall. On an inhale, we'll shift our weight to our right leg. Take Stork Pose again with the left. Take your left knee out to the side. You can bring your hands on your hips, and we'll just take some mobility movements here as we go to the left. With our left knee, we'll come into our tree pose. Place the left sole of the foot into the right leg. Keep your hips nice and level. Widen out your left knee. And we'll lift our arms up into our tree pose. Your gaze just past your nose. Another breath here. Bring your hands to prayer. Shift your left leg forward. Bend your right leg. We'll land in Warrior Two. So take a nice, long, wide stance on your mat. Feel free to adjust your feet here. We're opening our hips now. Scoop your right hip under. Let the left hip point widen to the left. Bring your arms out wide. Breath in and out. Flip your front palm. We'll inhale to reverse warrior. Your right elbow is pointing up. And we'll take our left hand also behind our head. Breathing here. Push down to into your front foot, straighten your front legs. You're in like this reverse funky, almost like a triangle pose situation here. We'll heel toe our back foot in a little bit. And now I want you to lead with your right elbow forward. So you're getting a lot of length through your right side body. And begin to hinge over your right leg. Release your right hand lightly to the ground, or you can stay up there to the inside of your right shin bone for our triangle pose. Breathing here. Another breath. We'll inhale back to Warrior Two. Bring your hands to prayer. Pivot your right foot so you're facing the long edge of the mat. You can bring your hands to your hips, and we'll take our wide leg forward fold. Grab Yogi Toe Lock if you can. Elbows wide, crown of the head releases to the ground. If it's touching the ground easily, you could bring your feet in together a little bit more. Bring those shoulder blades in together. Get a nice long spine here. Breathing in and out. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands lightly down. Pivot your feet and come into Skandasana. So your left leg is in like a half Yogi Squat. If the heel pops off the mat, that's all good. Externally rotate your right leg so that the right toes point up to the ceiling, getting a deep stretch through the hamstrings and adductors. Breathing here. We'll turn to the back of our mat. Heel toe your left foot out to the left. Lift off of your right heel so you're in a high lizard lunge, and we'll make our way down onto our forearms. Release the back toes so that the top of the foot is in the mat, and just rock a little bit side to side here. So let the hips open. Pull the chest forward, the sternum forward like you did in that Sphinx Pose a long time ago. Stay on your forearms or come onto your hands if you need a little bit more space. Turn your left toes to the left and twist to the left so your left knee is pointing to the left. And you'll bend your back leg, reach around. Maybe you grab the foot. It's okay if you don't. You could get a quad stretch here, hip flexors, and we're opening up. Stack the left shoulder on top of the right. Release your back foot, reposition so that the left sole of your foot is on the mat. Push up and come into your supported Warrior Three. Outer right hip wraps down and around. Now bend your right leg just like you did in that lizard lunge. Reach around with your left hand. See if you could grab the top of the foot. Push your foot into your hand, hand into your foot. Look up. Next inhale, we'll come up to Stork Pose. So release your right foot. Soft bend in that left leg. Let all the wobbles be there. Take a twist. So left hand to the outside of the right leg, or you can slide your hand to the outer edge of your right foot and straighten your right leg. From here, we'll release the right leg. Big inhale, sweep your arms up, and exhale back to our mountain pose. Weight shifts to your left foot. Take Stork Pose of your right knee. Hands can come to prayer. We're just swinging the right knee out to the side, getting a little bit of movement here through our hip joint, and we'll work into our tree pose. So use your outer hip muscle here in the glute medius to widen the right knee out to the side, opening our hips. Hands can come to prayer. Right knee faces forward, bend your left leg, big step back. Widen out as needed here, and we'll come into our warrior two. Breathing in and out. We'll flip our front palm, reverse warrior. We're taking our left hand to the back of our head and then our right hand to meet or clasp there. And then we'll push down through our front leg to straighten the leg, heel toe your back foot in a little bit, still leaning back through to get a side stretch of your left side body. Now we'll take all that length we just created, send the right hip back, and then lengthen through your left side body like you're reaching your left elbow forward rather than down to start. So go as far forward as you can, and then begin to hinge over the front leg. Keep dropping the right rib cage down to lengthen through your side body. And we'll open up the arms here. And again, you can have your hand on the ground, or you could keep it to the inside of the left leg and kind of press in to help open up the chest a little bit. Breathing here, couple breaths. We'll inhale back to warrior two. This time we'll turn the left toes forward and bring both heels in for a goddess stance. So getting into the adductors here, widen through the knees, use the outer hip muscles, squeeze them to stretch the adductors. We'll take another breath here. And we'll begin to pivot the feet so we can work our Skandasana. And again, if that right heel comes up, it's all good. Externally rotate the left leg so the left toes are pointing up. Breathing here. And we'll turn to the front of our mat, heel toe the right foot to the right, coming into high lizard for a beat. Send your left knee down and work your way onto your forearms. Of course, if the forearms don't come down, just stay up on your hands, or you can use those blocks underneath your hands. Now pull the chest through so it's leading forward, spine nice and long. I like to rock a little bit side to side here, letting the weight of my pelvis help stretch those muscles. Now staying on your forearms or come onto your hands, I turn my left forearm in a little bit, take the right toes, point them outward so you're on the outer edge of your right foot, and twist to the right. So you can stay right here like this, or if you can bend your back leg and grab the top of the foot, push your foot into your hand, hand into your foot. Any of these binds, you could always use a strap, or you just stay open here and nice and active is a great way to develop active flexibility as well. Release your hands, send the sole of the right foot back down, lift up through the torso a little bit, and we're launching up into that modified warrior three. From here, point your left toes, bend your left leg, reach around with the right hand, just like you did in your lizard. See if you could grab the foot and then push the foot into the hand and look forward and up. So it's a back bend here as you extend through the spine. Now, tricky transition as we try to stand into our Stork Pose. So your left knee will bend. And bring your right hand to the outer edge of your left leg. Taking your twist, option to grab the outer edge of your left foot and perhaps straighten that leg. I know that's not easy, so you do you. Turn your chest towards the left and release your foot down. Inhale, big sweep of your arms up. Exhale back, hands to prayer. We'll release the hands. Heel toe your feet a little bit wider. Send the heels in. Bring your hands to prayer, and we'll slowly lower down into a yogi squat. If those heels come up, it could be the hip joint. It could be tight calves, Achilles heel, all different kinds of things. So just allow the pelvis to descend and be up on your toe mounds if needed. Take a couple breaths here. Just grounding, letting the energy start to come down as we begin to bring our practice to a close here. We'll start to cool it down. Now hug everything into a tight little ball and see if you could send your seat down, and we'll come into boat pose. So flex at the hip flexors, straighten your legs or keep them bent, holding, and we'll release. Send the hips back. So roll forward so that you're at the front of the sit bones. Prop yourself up on a blanket if needed. Inhale, big reach of your arms up. And as you fold into your seated forward fold, think across the room rather than rounding through the spine. So try to get as long as you can. And then once you hit your edge, of course, the spine will round because you're in flexion here, so it's all good. Use the front core muscles in your quads and everything in the front body to compress your torso towards your legs. And if you're looking a little bit more like this, that's all good. Just find length in your low spine, reach the sternum forward, and then allow your upper body to round. So as you kind of come in and fold in, we have an opportunity to continue to go inward. Connect to your breath, connect to any sensations in your body, feeling what's stretching. From here, we'll inhale up. Send the hips a little bit more forward, bend through your knees. We'll lower onto our backs nice and slowly by taking our palms up, scoop everything under and lower down. Come into a kind of hollow body just to lower down with control. Bend your legs. Allow your knees to windshield wiper side to side. From here, we'll flex the right foot, hook it into a figure 4 for a reclined pigeon. Hug your left knee into your chest, the thigh in towards the chest. Allow the right knee to widen away. From here, release that heel toe your left foot to the left. Let both knees fall to the right, and you can widen your arms or bend them at 90-degree angle. If that right foot slides off the leg, just let it. So we're cooling down. Just kind of let your body ease into this cool down. No more effort. We'll come up and switch. So flex your left foot, hook, widen the left knee out to the left, thread the right or the hands through to the right thigh, and just a gentle pull of the right thigh in. Notice if you're kind of leaning to one side through the hip joint, try to level those off. We'll release, heel toe your right foot to the right, let the knees fall to the left, widen your arms, and turn your gaze towards your right thumb. Inhale up, heel toe the feet back. We'll take a quick happy baby pose, final pose today before we come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. You can rock the legs side to side here. From here, bring your legs up so they're in a pike position with your body. Send your shoulder blades in towards your spine, and we'll slowly lower our legs as the low back lifts off the mat, as it will allow the legs to widen and just land in your Shavasana pose. Take just a few moments here to allow you to fully let go, no more effort. Give yourself this time to absorb neuromuscularly and emotionally your practice, your movement, your energy. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, just gently wiggle your fingers and toes on your next inhale. Stretch your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees in and you'll roll to your right side and just pause there for a moment. Push yourself up. Come into a seat, cross-legged or kneeling posture. And sit up nice and tall. We'll bring our hands to heart center. Just take a moment of gratitude if you've made it this far, for showing up on your mat, being present, and exploring this movement practice. Take an inhale in and exhale, bow in. Namaste. All right, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a like, leave me a comment. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe to this channel. Feel free to click any one of those links in the description box. I have a lot of free offerings for you and a lot of great online courses. And also I lead teacher trainings online. So check out my stuff down below and I'll see you in the next video.